All right, I've been looking through a little bit, and one of the things I'm going to pick up is another iron anvil. This is pretty expensive, but it's also really good sense. This way we can have more than one blacksmith. We can make it, but we haven't really seen a lot of alloys that would be useful for iron yet. Mostly we're going to have gold. Similarly, I think we're going to pick up this one of these iron spears here and another pick, because we just don't have great things. So we're going to pick up this pick, and let's see if we can maybe... Looks like we're going to have to make the choice between the pick and the spear, because these are all such high quality. Maybe we can pick up a copper pick instead. So we're going to hit Q to clear the search, and then type pick. A bismuth bronze pick might fit within our window, so let's go ahead and grab that. Now, here's the question. If you look down at the bottom of the right-hand window, you will see trader profit in the left and the value that we've offered in the right. The traders won't, this is based off our estimates and the traders' estimates and this relative skills of the people involved. We don't have great things to trade, so we're going to have to be a little bit careful here. What I think we're going to do is try to offer this trade. So let's go ahead and hit capital Q. And then right now the trader says he'll lose 12, which is probably wrong. Why don't we look for a pick? And let's get rid of this iron pick. And that should fix that. Now we should be able to look for a spear. And let's see if we can get a spear. Like there's a copper spear, and that should fit right in with what we need. And there's a rambutan wood training spear, but we don't need that. What we need is a copper spear. It'd be great to get an iron spear. Yeah, that could work. That could work. And then, of course, we want to make sure that we've got our... I feel like it just cleared it for us. Let's look for our anvil. Yeah, we got that marked for trade. So that's good. So we're going to now hit escape to get rid of the search, and we're going to hit T for trade. He says, I can't fathom you ending up with all those items. So we're going to have to get rid of something. Why don't we go ahead and get rid of the spear? That's just a nice to have. We don't strictly need it. So we're going to unmark that. And we're going to trade. All right, there, we've traded with him. I've traded for a few things. He's got our gold. And in exchange, we've got some goods. So, yeah, now we can go and hit G to move things from. And we can go ahead and take all the things that they've got. And you can see there's a bunch of logs here too, but we've got some plant barrels, we've got some seeds. Really, we actually did really well here. So let's go ahead and just get all of them removed. There we go. I was making a mistake there. There we go. Okay, let's get that going. And how are we doing on our nest box? Looks like we're making one. Can we build a nest box now? I think it looks like we may be almost done with one. So let's see if the dwarf finishes that and puts it in the stockpile. Meanwhile, we've also got the dwarf down here who's starting to work on things. So, yeah. We're going to have to start thinking more seriously about defense soon as well. It's a little bit disturbing how much death and destruction has been wreaked in the news nearby. But yeah, so let's see. So now we should be able to build a nest box with the capital N key. And let's get that up there. And let's go ahead and put that right there. So now the nest boxes will basically be claimed by individual turkey hens or stuff like that. And those will be turned into, you can see we're going to put it down right there. A turkey will claim it and then start to produce eggs. Now, the eggs can be fertile or they cannot be fertile. But that's, you know, if we don't gather them, then they will eventually hatch if they're fertile. And that's, you know, pretty good because we end up with, you know, more turkey gobblers. But if we do take them, then they're eggs, which are essentially meat. They're just protein. And we can basically feed a whole bunch of dwarves. So now, as soon as we get those nest boxes in place, we'll have everything that we need. And we're also going to be putting down more cave wheat for beer in every season that we can. We don't have any more cave wheat, though. So let's put down some pigtails. We got a lot of plump helmet production. Like so. There we go. Best we can do. Might have traded for seeds, but they're actually really quite expensive. So a little bit surprising, perhaps, but that's the way it is. Right. So now we've got basically Looks like we're running low on coal. Is that what I say? If I hit A, we need refined coal. So now let's see what we can do about that. What we'd like to have for our dwarves to get all this ore, this amazing ore up there more quickly, is the ability to actually move a little bit faster. Now, we could do mine carts, but it's a little early in the game for that, and they're very complicated, so I'm going to spare you that. Although they're really, really cool, and in a playthrough, I'll have to get to them. They're so complicated, actually, that I have a little bit of trouble with them, to be honest, but it shouldn't be too much of a big deal. So we have some more migrants arriving, I guess because they've heard about our gold. I realized I got interrupted there, but let's, so the problem is that we're running out of coal to smelt, all this stuff, and I can keep adding make charcoal, but we do need to fix that problem. So what we're going to do is we're first going to make sure that we have a good supply of charcoal. The problem is that the dwarves have to run from here outside to our wood stockpile and then back in. Now, this is getting a little messy, but to be honest, we're probably not going to go too much further in this fortress as this is just a tutorial. So let's just go ahead and make something quick and dirty to solve that problem. I'm going to make a new wood stockpile up in here, right? Just right there. We'll put some wood up against the back wall just to help us out a little bit. Now, that's fine. In fact, that's well and good. But what we'd also like to do in the interim is we'd like to make sure that we don't, well, we want to have a nice clean flow of things from here to there. We want to have the dwarves put things into the outside stockpile first and fill that up, and then use that wood to fill up our inside stockpile. We can actually do this. So what we can do is if we hit Q to select a stockpile, we can actually tell it that it will take from anywhere. Right now we said we want to take from links only. And then we hit with the A key, so take from anywhere, take from links only. And then we go ahead and hit the T key for take from a pile workshop. Let's just go over here. And by the way, you can see I've expanded the size of this. And that's wood stockpile number 8. So there. Now, that will take from wood stockpile. Actually, let's also take, looks like wood stockpile number 7 and wood stockpile number 8. We've already got that one. Let's get this one too. Okay. So it'll take from 1 and 7. Fine. So now the dwarves will know to move those things up. Meanwhile, we do have some tables here. So let's go ahead and get people our setups here. And then we need a chair. We're still building those. But I think we have a table. No, we are still building. These carpenters. Looks like we're moving the table into the thing. Yeah, there we go. So let's go ahead and put a table in here. Right there. We're also going to build a door right there and a door right here. So these will be these little rooms that we got, B, C, and then we're also going to build beds in here. And beds in here. As soon as we got those all set up. And these will be basically where our dwarves go. You know, what they're going to do is these are going to be our officers' quarters. How's our nest box doing? We still are waiting to build those. So we really have a labor shortage right now. I'm going to give the dwarves a second to go ahead and finish up. And while they're running around working, because we can't do too much else, we're going to go ahead and reread the dwarves. And look, we've got another wave of migrants. It's a good thing we're getting these nest box set up because we've got a whole new set of migrants. This tends to happen when you strike gold. You can see that we've got already some dwarves coming in, two females, or 3 females and 3 males. Looks like we've got, let's see, what do we got here? We got Errol, who is basically, well, he's kind of a crafts dwarf. That's actually going to be useful for us. There's a gem cutter, excellent. We're looking at another crafts dwarf. Wow, a bunch of skill. A metalsmith. Oh, excellent. A shield and armor user. So this is a person who not only knows how to use armor and shields, but knows how to make armors and shields and is a tracker. Oh, that's excellent. That is a really, really amazing thing. Here we have just another, looks to be actually kind of a warrior. It makes me sort of wonder. So we got another gem setter. It makes me wonder if some of these people are, let's see, they don't look like they're from anywhere, they're not any sort of interesting refugee. They would tell us there. And there we have a child, Zephon. So I think that's the only child we got, though. That's good. All right, so we've got some good folks. Looks like they've already got some labors assigned to them. That's great. We'll go ahead and make sure to use that stuff soon. By the way, we should also make blacksmithing go on for that. So let's go ahead and commit that. So there are metalsmither also will do blacksmithing because let's face it, that's still something you want to do. Do we have our chairs? We do have our chairs. Let's go ahead and place a chair there and a chair there. And do we have another bed? Yes, and we'll put another bed there. There are our offices. So what we're going to do is set up our officers in these various places. And also you'll note that we've got our little stockpile down here set up and full of things. So you can see we have a little stockpile here full of wood. Fantastic. It's feeding from the outer one. Now, we can also tell this, I think with the capital P key, we can set up all sorts of things, and we can actually have this one, we can say it will give to a specific workshop, so we can have it go straight to this furnace. So there, now that one will give to the wood furnace. So basically, we'll have a little assembly line here. You can actually build some pretty complicated systems just with that technique. And it's nice because the people who are cutting the trees outside will feed into this very large wood stockpile that we have, and then we'll keep a small, compact wood stockpile inside, and that's how the dwarves know where to get stuff there. We've already got smelting wood, native gold ore there. Let's go ahead and make sure. It looks like we've finished the nest box jobs. So let's go ahead and build some more nest boxes. We've got another one here and another one here. And we've got one final nest box here. There we go. That should be sufficient for our farmers. That's fantastic. Now, let's go ahead and look at let's pause and look at our nobles again with the N key. Remember, we need to give our manager and our bookkeeper their offices. So, Edim, yes, Edim Lokaslad needs his space. So let's go ahead and give him a bedroom. We're going to make it this big, and we're going to assign the bed to Edim. We are also going to use this table and make a study for him because that's what he needs a simple office, and we're going to assign that chair to Adim. Now Adim has a simple office. We're going to do the exact same thing for our other noble, the bookkeeper, for Toulon. Toulon needs a place to do all the bookkeeping. So we're going to assign this room to Toulon, which we don't have to do, but I'm giving a perk to my officers. Given the fact that they're living in dirt, I do feel a little bit bad about it, but we'll eventually move them into something nice. This is just our starting hole. We have an actual fortress that you're going to have to get to building soon. So I'm going to assign this bed to Toulon. I am going to then do Q on this chair and make a throne room or study, and we're going to assign that chair to Toulon. There we go. So now if we unpause, we will see that our nobles no longer have requirements. Now, the really cool thing about having a manager is that we can actually use the manager in a really, really helpful way. And by doing this, we have now basically, just want to show you, we have got an incredibly easier life now. It's just remarkable how much better things are. By the way, have you noticed that the dwarves have been running up? You can see them running up with barrels to our nest boxes. If you rewind there, you'll see that they're doing it. They are taking eggs. So we have now got a great supply of eggs. Our merchants, having concluded trade with us, a simple trade, will be leaving soon. No big deal. It looks like we have a stray ewe here. Huh. Let's go ahead and make sure that all of our livestock got assigned to the outdoor pen and pasture. We have some dogs. They don't need to go there. We have a horse, a donkey, a bull calf, and an ewe. Okay. I mean, great. Looks like some people brought some livestock. Okay. Well, why don't we work on that next problem? Our next problem is that we really want to make sure that our gold mining operation goes a bit more smoothly. Now, as you can see, we have got a ton of gold. There's a couple things that we're going to need to think about with this. One is that, well, it seems like maybe our mine would be an okay thing to connect at this point to the main entrance. And I say that, or the main base. And I say that because I'm a little concerned that we've got all this gold and no real way to defend it except for a big open cave. And in fact, to deposit this gold, we run outside. And given the fact that we've heard all about these goblins that have been coming up, I think it might be prudent for us to build a drawbridge. So we're going to go ahead and build a bridge with BG and widen it out to 3x3. We'll make it a little bit longer with U, and then we'll also change the raise direction with the W key so that it raises up. And yeah, let's just build it out of peachwood logs. Sounds good to me. That should be sufficient, and then we'll, of course, as soon as we're ready, we'll just dig a little channel right through here. We'll figure something out. Or maybe we'll dig another, how about this? We'll dig another room over here. This is going to be a great big gold stockpile over here. And we're just going to basically start bringing all the gold up out here so we can process it. Let's go ahead and make a little area right here. Nice big thing. A little bit messy, but that's fine. That's fine. There's no reason that it has to be perfect. Now, we've got food, we've got that. What's next? Oh, yes. Let me show you this really cool thing. So if we go and, let me pause for a sec. And if we hit the, the job list key with J, we can see what everybody's working on. We notice that, by the way, we have a smelt native gold ore. This is all possible now because we have a manager. And if I hit the M key, I can actually give it orders. So what I'd like to do is give orders. We can do all sorts of things here, but we can, like, there's so many things you can't possibly see it all here. But what we could do, for example, is make wheelbarrows. We would like to make a, make wooden wheelbarrow. And now we'd like to make, let's say, 10 wooden wheelbarrows. We have a work order now. Now, the manager, this is really important because as you can see, it's a lot of micromanagement, but as you grow, you can get a manager, you can give your manager more time, and now the manager is going to take care of making sure that we get wheelbarrows. Let's also go ahead and, I don't know, let's make some bins. Yeah, construct wooden bin. Yeah, and let's make 10 bins. Whoa, that was 19. Let's, you know what, that's fine. Let's make 19 bins. Why not? Go crazy. And we'll make the max priority to make the wheelbarrows. All right, so now we've got orders, and those will automatically happen. And if we check over here, down here, we'll see that we've actually got wheelbarrows. Now, even cooler than that, you cannot have you know, a full, you can have more orders than there is space in any one shop. The manager takes care of telling people what to do. You can also get, you know, priority and have them do different things in different orders. So a manager is a really, really important part of any fortress. And I saved it to the end because I wanted to show you what the micromanagement of the game is like, because you'll always be doing a little bit of that. But I think as we begin to, wow, they're beginning to pack up. Wow, look at that go. I guess trigger alert for people who may or may not have, here they go. There they go, taking off. Right. All right. Fantastic. They're gone. They left in a hurry, and now, as you can see, we're moving all of our things out. The merchants from Katanetur have left. Anyways, yes, so with the manager, we've now got basically that all sorted out. We're also going to do exactly what we did before, which was we're going to build a lever right over in here. Where is... Oh, we don't have any mechanisms, so we'll need to JM new order mechanisms. Yeah, and let's just make 5 more of those, and let's increase the priority of that above the bins, because the bins are kind of a last case thing. And yeah, so now manager, take care of it for me. Fantastic. Anyways, we're making wheelbarrows and bins and all these things because we're going to make sure that the dwarves have all sorts of really useful tools to move large numbers of things. Dwarves can use wheelbarrows to move more quickly with large loads. And so we're going to be having them haul up gold from down below, the native gold ore, via this awesome thing. Now, this crafting hall is pretty rudimentary. There's a lot of things wrong with it. That doesn't mean that it's bad. It just means there's a lot of room for improvement. This is a very, very basic fortress. We're not even done quite yet with our first year. In fact, we aren't even to winter yet. Although we may notice that it looks like the ponds out here have frozen over as winter begins to come. So we're almost to winter. No problem though. Should be good. as soon as we have our mechanisms built, which looks like we've got someone working on it right now, if I don't mistake that. And yes, also the manager will do tasks in parallel. So with that, we've pretty much got everything that we need for a really, really nice, useful fortress. We struck gold. We've already begun to trade. We're going to knock down a wall over there. We're going to be building. Looks like we've got some more mechanisms coming out, so we could build a lever now right over here. We'll just go ahead and place it right here with one of those mechanisms, and we'll link it up in a sec. But you can see our dwarves are having a good time. We've got an awful lot of them. And I think with that, we're going to conclude. Make wooden wheelbarrow 10 has been completed. So now we have 10 wooden wheelbarrows. Let's also, as soon as that's done, we'll go through that. And as soon as this is, we're almost done with this, and I would like to conclude this by saying I really love Dwarf Fortress. Dwarf Fortress evolves every year. New and interesting things come in. Really, there are amazing things that people have done. Dwarf Fortress is a deceptively complicated and fun game. And, I mean, that's a thing that you have to recognize, is that it actually is just this remarkably deep, I don't have enough mechanisms, dang it, remarkably deep game that just does so many really, really cool things. You just really don't, and I haven't even scratched the surface, for serious. What we would be probably doing next is building a military, assigning military dwarves, and then beginning to establish a toehold on the chasms down below, if you recall. Because there's an awful lot of really interesting stuff down in these chasms. Not limited to, but but including a lot of really interesting looking rock, flora, fauna, just an amazing number of gems. And of course, there's stuff even more deep that I won't spoil for you, except to say that there's a vast lake of magma, and you can use that for all sorts of things. Now, what I'm going to do is try and copy this folder and make it available to you pretty much exactly as you see it now. And you should be able to play with it so long as you set the tile set correctly, or change the tile set to one you prefer. But I think that this base is in good shape for its first year. It's not the fastest base, but it's not the slowest base. So it should be okay. Folks, let's go ahead and do one last thing, and then I'm going to go ahead and thank you very much for what you've done, which is to watch and support the series and play Dwarf Fortress, which I really hope that more and more people do. By the way, you can see this dwarf here with the little X over him. He's, I think that what he's doing is, I think when you see it like that, he's not using a bin, he's using a wheelbarrow. So we're starting to see more and more dwarves use wheelbarrows. All right, let's get that last little bit of area cleared. What's this? Oh, some walls there. Let's designate a stockpile, a custom stockpile, and we'll set the settings. And we're going to disable everything, including ammo. And we're actually going to get stone. And we're only going to get, we're going to get rid of stone. We're going to enable stone, but we're then going to permit only metal ores. So we're going to get rid of all the other things by forbidding these, and these. So we're only going to be getting metal ores, and that includes gold nuggets. So that's our setup. We're going to create that stockpile with the C key. And let's just make a nice big stockpile here, and everything else will be forbidden. And now what we'd also like to do is use Q and set the max wheelbarrows. So we can set up to 3 wheelbarrows. That's what we'll do, because there's 3 set up. And yeah, and we're really not going to have any maximum bins. So there we go. That should give a constant command for us to fill things up there. And then we're going to add a door right here. It's a nice 2x2 door. And we can use that to basically, run the entire thing. Now, given what we've done here, there's the wheelbarrow. It's not an X. We're going to ask someone to basically link up to a bridge now, like so. We should have enough leather mechanisms now, and then we'll end the series by closing that off and saving. Folks, I'm going to be starting a couple other series. One starting with Lion Bedmount. We just did the first film today. It's a modded Dwarf Fortress called Masterwork Dwarf Fortress, and it's very exciting. It's very, very difficult. It's very fun. Look, already we're starting to see dwarves use wheelbarrows to rapidly bring up gold ore. How cool! Oh man, this is so much fun. I actually sort of wish that I had more time to play this, but I want to do some other stuff. This is a really fun map though, and I'm going to give it to you. I'll have a download link, maybe not in the description right when I launch this, depending on when I launch it, but it will be soon. So yeah, let's go ahead and add a new task to pull the lever. And with that, folks, we have sealed up. We're linked up. Thank you very much. I hope that you enjoy Dwarf Fortress.